and get our bodies mobilized and loosened up for the rest of the week. So we've got a ball today. We'll be using it in different ways, so do what you can. We're going to start with that ball in between your knees and give a little squeeze and pop your feet into neutral position. So toes are facing forwards, little squeeze on the ball, but kind of neutral, so not too much pressure. And then we're just going to come onto our toes and then back onto the whole of the foot. So just small movements to start with. I want you to relax your shoulders. Send your arms back behind you a little bit. So you've opened up your chest. You've pulled those muscles in the belly in and up, okay? Like you've got a corset on. So just small movements rolling up through the balls of the feet. And we're going to put our weight into our big toes and second toes. Breathe. That's it. Lovely. Jen, you look like you were going into a little bit of ballet there. Use your arms however you might want. I tried ballet once, but I just wanted to be at judo. So I didn't stay very long. Lovely. Okay, we're going to hold it up on your toes just for a second or two. Push that weight in the big toe. Squeeze those thighs, squeeze the bottom, tuck the bottom under, and then roll back down. And then we go again, up onto the toes, big toe, second toe, squeeze the bottom, squeeze the thighs, belly pulls in, bottom tucked under, roll down. And let's just go a couple more times. So up, then you should feel that into your calves. Breathe. Last one. Rolling up. Good, good. And then down. Okay, slide your hands down to your knees and then roll back up. And that's it. Slide the hands down. So you're sticking your bottom out, but not too far. So your eye gaze is neutral. So your eye gaze travels down along the floor. And that's it. I'll show you from the side. So feet stay neutral, bottom tucks under. So don't stick your bottom out, okay? Tuck it under. Just protects your spine. Keeps those muscles in the core engaged. Lovely. And last one here, hold it down, and then we circle those knees. Circle them, you might get a squeak from the ball. That's it. And then go back round the other way. Good. Reverse again. Lovely. And back again. Excellent. Okay. Take that ball, pop it under one of your feet. And then one of my favourite but least favourite exercises here. So you're putting the ball under the ball of your foot. So we're going to circle. So we're standing through, weight transferred through that supporting leg. And what happens when we get tired is that hip starts to push out, okay, as we put more weight into it. But I want you to bring it into alignment. Lift up through the chest, tuck your bottom under. So all about posture. Reverse direction. You can hold on to something, you can hold on to some support. And quite quickly you might start to feel that in that supporting leg. Reverse again. And then we're going to change sides. Lovely. Take your time to just transfer. So, transition to the other side. Pop the ball under the foot. And then start to circle. So, remember that hip, keep it in, lifted, and lifted through the ribs and up through the chest. Relax those shoulders. Feel that corset, that imaginary corset pulling in here. Whoop. Don't watch me when I wobble. And then reverse direction. Lovely. And reverse again. Fab. Okay, we're coming to the other side again. So we're going to put the ball, now you might need to hold on to something here. Put the ball under the other foot. And we're just going to slide the foot away and bend the opposite knee. Come, so the heel is on the ball. Slide it back and reset at the top, okay? So pushing that heel away, bending the knee, sticking the bottom out this time. And they would call this, if we went all the way down, a little pistol squat. It's quite strong through the thighs, through the hamstrings. Lovely, and then we're going to change sides. So not too long there. It's quite strong through that supporting leg. Okay, so take your time to go to the other leg. Slide that heel away, slide the ball away, bend through the knee. That's it. Take your time to come back out of it and work through that movement. So pulling the belly in. Whoop. A bit wibbly wobbly there. And one more. Lovely. Good. And then we're going to take hold of the ball. Okay. So feet come back into neutral, and we're going to take the ball in front. So one hand on the top, one underneath. Take it to the side, swap hands. So the other hand comes on the top, to the other side, swap hands. So you have one hand on the top, one on the bottom. As you come to the side, you swap. Bend through those knees, so figure of 8. Still working the legs, but actually getting some lovely mobility through the shoulders, through the backs of the shoulders, and into the waist, ribs. And then start to bend those knees as the ball comes in front of you. So nice and slowly, slowly. Lovely. Good. Fab. Keep it going. Can you bring it back behind you a little bit more? So almost like you're rowing now. So that hand, that arm at the back comes right down and behind. So into more of a full body movement. Keep breathing. You should be getting nice and warm now. Oh, you look lush. Okay, then hold it here. So hand comes in the middle, in the center. Put a little squeeze on the ball with the palms. So your fingers, I don't know if you can see, your fingers are off. Okay, so the palm of the hands is pushing. Then we're going to take the hand overhead and bring it back to center. Then we reverse. So we go one way up and around, then the other way up and around. Lovely. So go as far as you can, go as high as you can. Keep breathing, try not to hold your breath. It's really easy to go, but don't, keep breathing. Really working to the outside edges of those shoulders. Lovely. Good. And last one, fabulous. Rest it there. Excellent. Okay, now just one that I used to do with all of our lovely oldies. So taking it around, so really slow it down, okay? So, down behind you, one way, and then reverse direction. One way or another. That's it, keep going. And you'll find that you're taking it down quite low, yeah? Reverse direction. That's it, and then we're going to slow it right down. Slow down, slow down. And then I want you to send it up to your back. Take hold of it with the other hand. Send it right up and you retrieve it from the back. So you're not just going around the back, you're lifting it and lifting, lifting. So you're almost having to lift it up and out. Reverse direction. So getting some lovely internal rotation of the shoulder here. That's it. Good, okay. Hold the ball behind your back with both hands and then send that ball down. Keep the knees soft, bring it back up, just to neutral. Send it down and bring it back up. Send it down, bring it back up and down, lovely. And then come to the front. Feet wide, okay? We're going to come up to the corner and then back down to the outside edge of the thigh. Reaching up, and then you come onto your toes, come down, add a bend through the knee, reach up, 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 and down, down, down. Good. Up, 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 and down, down, down. So working across the body here, stretching, lovely release, stretch, that's it. And then we're coming to the other side. So reaching up to the other side and bending down. Now when you lift up, really try and put some effort into that stretch, so push the ball away and you're reaching from the ball right the way down to the toes that are then pointing on the floor. Pushing up, 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 and down, down, down. Up, up, up. Lovely. One more time. Fabulous. Okay, lovely. So we're just going to let the hands dangle now, and we're going to come into roll down. But we're just going to take it slowly. So the ball hangs away from the body. Soften the knees and just roll down. Allow the ball to touch the floor if you can. Don't worry if you can't. And roll back up. Pulling the muscles in the belly in. Roll the shoulders back and go again. So as you roll down, neck, shoulders, vertebrae, lower back. That's it. And roll back up. If you find a sticky bit, stay there and work through it. Really take your time here. And we're going to hold it here just for a second. And I want you to just bend one knee, then the other. Bend and bend. Bend and bend. And then roll back up again. Okay, we're going to go halfway down. So ball to knees, but dangle. And then bend one knee, bend the other. Bend. So just work, and you might feel that into your lower back. And then roll up. And then just rolling, ball to thighs. Allow the shoulders to really relax. And then bend the knees, one at a time. Roll up. And then we're going to roll all the way down and hold it there again. Pop your hands on the ball and just send the hips from one side to the other. Just working through the outside edges of those hips. Just taking the weight from one foot, from the outside of one foot to the outside edge of the other foot. One side, the other side, one side and the other side. Lovely, and then we're going to bend those knees, walk the ball out, come onto your hands and knees, and sit back into child's pose. Send that ball away, use the ball for your hands to rest on if you want to. Chris, we'll have to try and get a ball to you. We'll drop one round to you, or something. I'll post one to you. Guess what this is? That's it, lovely child's pose. Settle, so move from side to side again. We love this. From Pilates, it's just such a nice side to side movement where you're working through the hips, stretching through the hips, push back and then come up onto all fours. Keep that ball where you are, because you're going to need it. So we're going to pop, you know what's coming, don't you? We're going to pop that ball behind your knee. So set up correctly, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, pull the belly in, head in alignment, so you're not kind of looking up, you're looking down at the floor. You're going to squeeze that ball behind the knee, and I'm sorry if you get cramp. You're going to lift that leg up, lift the foot, the heel, the foot to the ceiling, lower it down, bring it into the chest, and then send it back up again. Now, what will happen is that hip will try, the knee will want to come out, and the other hip will want to move. As with standing, I want you to keep that supporting hip in alignment and the hips face down to the floor. So that will reduce your movement. But I want you to really focus on keeping those hips facing down. Squeeze that ball behind the knee. You can feel it in the hamstrings, but what you get is a lovely stretch into the fronts of the hips. Bring that knee into chest. Send the heel right the way back. Bring that knee in, and then we're going to send that heel up and hold it there. Now, I want you to lift that knee a bit more, and then we're going to pulse. 8, 7, slowly, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down, rest, keep it there. Breathe. Wiggle jiggle if you need to. We're going to go again, so we're going to lift that leg. Push that heel up, because we think we're kind of level, but we're not. Okay, ready to pulse again. 8. Big squeezes slowly. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that knee down. Sit back, child's pose, just to release off those hamstrings. That's it. Wiggle jiggle. Wiggle jiggle. Guess what? Other side. So reset, pop that ball behind the other knee and give it a big fat squeeze. Hands under the shoulders again, knees under hips. Pull the belly in. Push those shoulders away from the ears, because as we get tired, we drop down. Lift that leg, push that heel up. Bring the knee slowly, slowly into the chest. And slowly, slowly lift. Try and keep that, that tension through the core, so that as that knee lifts up, you're not arching your back and hips are down. So it's quite a different movement. If you let it all go, you kind of arch your back and your knee sticks out. We don't want that. So really focus. And you might need to readjust that ball. Right into the chest and hold it there. Slowly lift that heel a bit higher. So push, push. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that knee down, hold it there. Just shift the weight side to side. Readjust that ball, tuck it right into that knee. Readjust the shoulders, the hands. And then we lift that leg again. We're just going to lift that heel right up to the ceiling. 8 pulses, 7, slowly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in, take that ball out, sit back into child's pose. Push the hands away. And then hold the ball with one hand, circle the other hand, the wrist. And then change directions. Do what you need to release that horrible, horrible tension through the wrist. But it's so good for us, we know that. That weight bearing, load bearing through the wrists. Okay. So come up onto your knees just for a second. And then let's just give those wrists some love. So circle again. And then we're just going to bring our hands down, so holding the fingers, just stretching through the top of the hand, the top of the wrist, and then changing sides, other side. Ooh, because we're going back on our wrists now. Okay. So we're going to pop our weight through. We're going to put the ball under one hand, and then the other hand is supporting your body. So we're in 4-point kneeling. Spread those fingers out on the ball. So you've really got hold of that ball. And push down through the heel of the hand. We're just going to lift that other hand off and bring it back down. So I want you to really push down through that hand so you're not taking so much weight through the knees. So you will do. Your initial reaction is to take your weight backwards into the knees. But I want you to really try and focus to keep that weight forwards onto that hand. And it's just a momentary lift. So it's a lift, send the hand away, bring it back down, release. That's it. And one more time. Good. And then we're going to swap sides. How difficult is that? Are you wobbly? Are you super wobbly? Okay, so reset, other hand. And if you have wrist problems, you might have to adjust. So lift. One side's definitely easier, isn't it? I'm super wobbly on this side. Remember to try and keep the weight through that hand on the ball. Controlling that movement. Trying to keep the toes down. Lots of things going on in your body here. Who would have thought, eh? And one more. Lovely. Good. Kneel back. Roll through those wrists again. That's it. One way. Oh. That's it. And we're going to do exactly the same. I love this bit. With our knees on the ball. Only one knee on the ball. Just one for now. Okay. So, lots of wrists. So I'm sorry. If you want to come onto a fist, then that just keeps your wrists in line. So sometimes that's less painful. So, ball under the knee. And then, and do you remember when we used to teach this live, sometimes it helps to curl the toes under. So you've got some of your toes on the floor. And then we're going to, I need to turn around. So we're going to, one knee is on the ball. We're going to slide the opposite foot away, point the toes and lift. And then try and hold it up and lift and lower. Pull the muscles in the belly in. I'm trying to watch you as well. Lovely. We've got 4 more, if you're going slowly. 3, 2, and 1. Bring that knee into chest, send it away. Bring the knee into chest, send it away. Keep going. 5. You've got 4 more while I watch you. That's it, right into chest. Big push away, point the toes. Lovely. Is it last one? Fabulous. And then just take that ball out, work through those wrists again. This is the last one on the wrist, honestly, for a minute anyway. Good, good. Remember, make a fist if you need to. Other knee. So pop the ball under the other knee. Take the weight through that leg, through the knee, through the foot. Oh, much more wobbly. Okay. Then we're going to send that leg away behind you. We're going to lift and lower. So remember all those tips that we've said all along in class. Keep that hip. That hip wants to push away. So lift and lower. Lift and lower. And then point the toes. Try and get some more height. So imagine that the toes, the leg comes in line with the rest of the body. Lovely. Didn't count then, so maybe 2 more. 2. Lift that foot, keep it there. Bring that knee to chest. Push away. Slowly. 7 into chest. Push away. 5 and 4 and 3, and 2, and 1. And take that ball out. There. Sit down. Work through those wrists again. So uncomfortable through those wrists, quite a long time through the wrists, but hopefully it won't ache afterwards. It's just the weight spreading in those flexed hands. So come into that little stretch again. So stretch those fingers down. And it is just that opposite stretch. So, and then change sides. Lovely. Great. Fabulous. Have you all had lots of breakfast? Or are you okay? If you've had lots of breakfast, you might not like this one. So we're coming on to our bellies. And I love this one. And I haven't had breakfast, so I'm right, Jack. So we come onto our bellies and we're going to put the ball around your diaphragm, which is why it's not that comfortable. If you don't like it, you can take it out and do without. And then I want you to just slowly move your arms away so that you're curled over that ball. So you're kind of wrapped around it. Relax the toes. Allow the toes to turn in, but take the feet a bit wider. And then we're just going to walk the elbows backwards, so there's less pressure through the ball now. So walk the elbows backwards. So we're in quite a nice back extension here. And we're going to take the weight through one arm. So you're really well supported on the whole of the forearm. And we're just going to slide that other hand away and lift. Eye gaze is down to the floor once you've watched, if you need to. So we're just taking the hand away, lifting, pushing, lowering, breathing, and it's not too difficult, but you're in back extension and you're lifting an arm. And lift and push. And one more, lift and lower. You're right, Jane. And swap sides. Keep breathing, and though it can be a bit uncomfortable, right under that diaphragm. So about 8 on the other side. Pushing through the forearm of the opposite hand to just take that weight off the ball a little bit. Lovely. Okay, and then we're just going to send both arms away. So slowly control, push those arms away to the diagonal, bring them back, slide them in, take the weight off the ball. And then we go again, lower the body, push those hands up and out, slide them back down, take the weight through the forearms, breathe. And one more. Lovely. Bring that ball out. Good, good. Okay, we're going to send the ball away. So both hands are on the ball. Take those feet wide again and let the toes drop in. So both hands are on the ball. And I just want you to, with long arms, so nice straight but not locked arms, just give me a little push through the ball, and you kind of have to slide it backwards a little bit so you can pull towards you. So, and then lower. Pull the ball towards you. And breathe out as you push it away. Lovely. And again. So, just keep going. Feel that little stretch into the front of the body, working into the lower back, so you might feel a squeeze there, and then hold it down. We're going to take the ball behind you, and if you can, just hold it with both hands. So So both hands behind you, kind of on your bottom. And then we're going to just slide the ball down. So similar movement, lower down. Slide the ball down. A bit of a squeaky going there, a bit squeaky sound. And last one. Good. Lower down. Then we're going to roll over, flip over onto your backs. Oh. While I adjust everything. Just have a rest. Bring those knees into your chest. Just release off the back. That's it. And just take a few moments here. It's important to just stretch out. That's a lot of back extension, so you need to just hug and circle. Make sure you reverse direction. And then send those knees side to side. Little massage into the pelvis. Lovely. Okay, pop your feet down, knees are bent, and just hold that ball with both hands. Arms are extended right up in front of, right up above you, and squeeze on that ball. Just a little gentle squeeze. Push that ball up and away towards the ceiling. Feel that stretch through the breadth of the shoulder blades, and then keeping that squeeze on. Pull those shoulder blades back, so into that protraction, retraction, and push away. And you can really feel that when you're lying on the floor. So pull back, and you feel those the edges of your shoulder blades pulling into the floor and pushing away. That's it. Pull, and push, and keep going. Squeeze, and push. Squeeze and push. Lovely, good. And then bring that ball down. So we're going to pop the ball under your coccyx, kind of, so the bottom of your back, so it just tilts your pelvis up a little bit. So it's not right under your pelvis, it's just kind of at the bottom edge, so that when we come into tabletop, your knees want to drift further forwards than normal, and that's fine. So we lift one knee, then the other, and then just send those knees away. And just hold it there. So fingertips touch now, or actually, if you want to make it harder, fingertips touch overhead. So you bend through the elbows, and hands are behind you, and that starts to make you wobble. Okay, so we start by tapping one foot down to the floor. Keep that other leg nice and still, and bring it slowly. So this is super slow. Okay, no quickness here. So those feet should still be fairly low in that starting position. So the higher they are, the easier it is. Keep them low. Tapping one foot, and then the other. If you want to make it even harder, you could take those hands off completely, cross the hands to the opposite shoulders, and then you get a super wobble. Slowly taking those feet down, super slow. Pull those muscles in the belly in. So keeping that that bend through the knee, not really changing that bend, so we're hinging from the hip. That movement comes from the hip. And then take those feet right up above you, just for a rest, but without resting too much. Okay, pop the hands back behind your heads, and then we're just going to lower those legs and lift. And lower, just to wherever is comfortable for you. You know your sticking point. If we go too far, it's too much pressure through the spine. So really think about pulling the muscles in the belly in. Pull, 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 pull them down. Lifting and lowering, super slow. And then hug those knees into chest, or wherever you feel is comfortable. Keep the ball there though. Lovely. Okay. So you have options again, hands down by your side, fingertips, hands overhead on your fingertips, or hands on opposite shoulders. And we're going to start with a cycle. So one knee into chest, the other leg is extended away, and then we swap. And swap slowly. I want you to really take your time, especially at the end of that movement, to feel that knee pulling in, the toes pushing away. Pull in, push away, whoop. And you might get a little wobble at the end of that movement. That's fine. It's really working your core to keep you steady and stable. That's it. And then we speed up a little bit. Push, push, whoop, push, 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 push. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hug those knees into chest. Oh. Fabulous. And then we're just going to take those feet down, scoop the ball out, and we're going to put it under our shoulders, shoulder blades. But then I want you to roll back a little bit onto it so it is right between your shoulder blades. And I'm making this next one a bit easier for you because I'm kind like that. So you're kind of lifted, your chest is lifted. I still want you to work through your core, so I want you to really pull. So come into that little pelvic tilt, pull the muscles in the belly in. I want you to send your hands away and palms are facing up for a moment. And then we're just going to reach from one side. So you're reaching down to the ankle, come up and reset in the center. Reach down to the other side, reset. Reaching down, so working into the obliques, so the sides of those ribs, those muscles that just support our torsos. If you start to get a neck ache, look to one side and then the other. Keep going while I have a look at you. That's it, keep going. Reset in the center. That's it, lovely. And then collapse in a heap. Oh, fabulous. So we're going to take that ball out. And we're going to pop the ball under both the feet. You love this one, don't you? So both feet kind of wrap around the ball, and your heels are quite close to your bottom if you can. Just pop your hands on the floor beside you, and then we're just going to roll into a pelvic tilt and then start to just roll back down. So small movements here, pelvic tilt, and just maybe a little lift off. And you can feel that the heels are pushing into the ball. You might get a little bit of cramp through your toes, sorry. And then start to come into a full bridge. So push the bottom up, and what will happen is the knees want to go out, but I want you to pull them back in and lower down and reset. So tilt, pelvic tilt, squeeze the bottom, push those hips up, keep those knees in, lower down, and try and come down slowly and evenly. Because sometimes you want to come down with a big chunk on one side. Keep breathing. Lower down, as usual, one vertebrae at a time. Keep going. Big push up. and lower down. We're going to push up and hold, and I'm sorry, can you feel it in your hamstrings? Little tiny pulses, push, so squeeze in the bottom, push in the hips up. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower down, hug your knees into your chest. Ah. Sorry about that. Fabulous. And then we're going to just pop those feet back down. Put one foot on the ball this time. I started with a hard bit first. One foot on the ball. Tuck the other one into the bottom. Push up into bridge. Hold it up. And then we're going to just allow the bottom on that side of the leg with the ball to just drop and squeeze. So the hip drops as you let that muscle tension in the bum cheek go. Squeeze, lower, squeeze, lower, squeeze, lower. Last one. Roll down, swap sides. Take your time, reset, bring that other heel to the bottom, push down on that ball, push those hips up, up, up as high as you can, and then let that muscle go. Let the muscles in the glutes just go and squeeze. Release, squeeze, release, squeeze. 2 more. And then slowly lower down. Grab that ball between your feet, bring it up, pop it in between the knees, and just rest for a second. Take the arms wide, and we're just going to drop those knees to one side. Send the eye gaze away to the other side. And just hold it there. If you want to extend that top leg, lovely. Bring those feet back to center, reset the ball if you need to. Send the knees to the other side and eye gaze to the opposite side. Extend that top leg. And bring those knees back in. Okay, take that ball out. We're going to pop one ankle on the opposite knee and just allow that knee to push away. You might want to just give it a helping hand, just sending it away. And we're going to lift that knee and hold it if you want to. You can support it by holding the thigh, just giving that hip a little bit more of a stretch. And then we pop the leg down, send the foot up to the ceiling, hamstring stretch. We need to stretch out these hamstrings after all those bridges. Point the toes, flex the toes, flex the foot, point, flex, take a breath in. Try and bring that foot leg closer towards your body. Send it across the midline of the body. Send that leg just over slightly. Just hold. Bring it back to center, draw in a little bit more, and then take that leg to the outside a little bit, just a few inches, allowing that hip to open. And then drop that knee back down, foot back down. Other ankle goes onto the opposite knee. Push that knee away. And then we bring that knee, thigh in towards the chest. Or just support the other leg if you want to. Flex that foot for a lovely hip stretch. Okay, sending that foot down, leg extends, hold behind the thigh or the calf, ankle. Just drawing that leg closer to the body. Point the toe, flex the foot, point, just gently flex. You can really feel that stretch when you flex. Okay, draw that foot, leg across the midline of the body and just hold it there. And back to center, draw it in a little bit closer and then take that foot to the outside. Lovely. Drop that foot, come into a full body stretch. Take those arms where you can. Point the toes and release. Point and release. Point and have that full stretch. And then make yourselves comfortable for a little bit of relaxation. Make sure you're warm. And just take some slow, deep breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Feel that breath fill in the body. Fill in the lungs, fill in the belly. Just focus on that breath. What does it bring to you? Breathing all the way out on that out breath. Breathing away any tightness. Breathing away any tension. Breathing away any negativity. And then focusing on that breath in. Breathing in that positivity. Breathing in relaxation. Breathing in that flexibility and mobility. Just staying with the breath. Feeling the body relax with every breath out. From the toes, the ankles, the calves, the kneecaps, the thighs and the backs of the thighs, around the bottom, the belly, the lower back, circling almost around the body, around the ribs, the chest and the shoulder blades, over the tops of the shoulders, the upper arms, the forearms, and into each finger and thumb. Relaxing through the neck and all those muscles in the face. Using that breath to help you to relax. The breath in as energy and the breath out relieving those negativity thoughts and feelings, with the breath in overtaking the breath out every time. Feeling that energy drawing into your body, filling your body, right from the top of your head, down to the fingers, down to the toes, round the outside edges of the body. Ready to face the day, face the week. And just bringing some movement into the toes, just slowly. Toes, wiggling, moving the ankles, circling the feet one way. Just the feet, and then the other way. And then just pumping the toes, Pointing the toes, alternate feet, almost walking. One toe flex, one foot flexes, and then the other foot flexes. So waking up the lower legs, squeezing through the thighs and the bottom. Bringing one foot up towards the bottom, bending the knee, and then the other leg. Drawing those knees into chest. Holding on to those knees and circling one way and then the other. Maybe side to side. Then popping those feet on the floor, circling through the wrists again. One way and then the other. Rolling onto your side. Taking your time to get your bearings. Pushing up onto the elbow and just coming into a seated position. Sitting up nice and tall. Relax those shoulders. Just moving one shoulder and then the other. Taking those hands back behind you. Sending the hands to the floor. Squeezing the shoulder blades. Opening the chest. Come up to sitting. Taking the eye gaze from one side to the other. Just slowly relaxing those shoulders. Waking up the neck, the shoulders. And then dropping the chin to chest. And then eye gaze slightly to the ceiling. Taking a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Making a little circle with your hands, bringing your hands together and back into your heart space. And namaste, and well done. And thanks for joining us. And we'll